Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Muhammad Nazmi bin Mazlan.
I am Muhammad Syahrul Azwan bin Cik Umar.
And we will present our video presentation of our mini project for the GPA system. So the first one is the C program structure, the input of the program. So the first one is the preprocessor directive of the standard input output.h for the main function. So this is the main function and this is the main body. So inside the main body we include we call menu function. So menu function is this one. That's the menu function. Yeah, this is the menu function. The menu function we put as a header. Header is the conversion system for Unity LBMI, and the line is a line of stars, and the next one is the display of the menu. So number 1 is marked to grade point conversion, number 2 is marked to grade conversion, number 3 is marked to grade point and grade, and number 4 is calculate GPA, and the last one is 0, which is to exit the program. So the first one, you will ask, please enter your choice. So the user have to make a choice between number 1 to number 4, number 1 to number 4, or 0. If the user entered a wrong input, so it will be default, and it will display sorry, wrong invalid input, and then it will return back to
the
main menu. And then where's the input menu? Okay, if the user choose number 1, so we use here switch instead of using if else. So case 1, we have how many students. Case 1 is to convert mark to grade point. So you will ask how many students. So the user have to put number of students from 1 to maximum of 5 students, and we will ask to insert student name, and afterwards enter subject number, and then we'll ask the student, if there's 2 students, and then it will ask the first student. Let's say the student is Hafiz, and then it will ask Hafiz enter subject number. So subject number is 3. Let's say the user put 3, so please name the subject. Please name the 3 subject that they put earlier, and then next they will ask please insert marks for those subjects, and it will put it into marks, and then the next one is marks to GP. Marks to GP is to calculate when the user have put the marks for each subject. It will calculate using the marks to GP function. So this is the marks to GP function. Marks to GP function is this one. Let's say the marks is in the range of 80 to 100, so the GP is 4 flat, and so on until marks from 0 to 39, the GP is 0.00, and the next one is to display the GP. So the display of the GP is like this: number of subject, and marks, and then grade, and then GP. Okay, so then after it display, it will display the sub menu of back to main menu or to exit, and then I'll give it to Sharul to explain for case 2.
In case 2, if the user choose number 2, and it will be display, it will convert marks to grade. Okay, first we need marks, and then markup is equal to get marks, which is user enter the marks, and then we put string copy grade, marks to grade, which is it will be displayed based on marks we key in. For example, it will be display for the marks 80, the grade is A. Okay, and then submenu. Next is case 3. If user choose 3, it will be display grade point and grade. The function that we use is user insert marker, get marks here, and then it will be
Define into marker.
and then GP marks to GP, and then string copy also grade marks to grade based on marks that
the user has entered.
yes, and then it will be display for the marks 80, the grade point is 4 and the grade is 8. And for case 4,
Case 4 is to calculate the GPA of the marks. So for the semester. So this is the function of the GPA. The calculation how to calculate the GPA. So if the user put 3 subjects, first subject is programming, and then
Physics.
they have maths, and the other one is physics. So from these 3 subjects, it will total up their grade point and their credit hours, and then divide by sum of credit hours of these 3 subjects. So that's all, and this is how the output will be. Okay, so the first one is
if user
if
enter
the
1,
user enter number 1, and so this is like I said before, how many students. So the student I like to put is, let's say it's 1 student want to use this, and insert student name. Let's say the name is Yusuf, and enter subject number. Subject number 13. Salam Mr. Yusuf, please name the subject. Please name the subject. First subject is let's say it's maths, and the next one please name the subject physics, and the next one is programming. Right. So Yusuf, please enter marks for the subject maths. So maths, let's say got nearly 45, and physics got 67, and programming got 90. So this is the display of the GPA and the grade. So maths, for the marks is 45 and the grade is C minus. The GPA is 1.67. Physics 67 B, and the GPA is 3. Programming 90, grade A, and the GPA is 4. And this is the sub menu, like I said. If you want to back to main menu, just press 1, enter 1, or 1 or 2 to exit the program. So this one will go to back to main menu, and the next one.
Okay, if you want to convert marks to grade conversion, you choose 2. Then you just enter the marks. For example, 56, and there will be display for the marks 56. The grade is C plus. And then back to main menu. If we choose 3, it will be convert our marks to grade point and grade. Okay, if we enter marks 98, okay, the display will be for the marks 98. The grade point is 4 and the grade is A.
And then the last one is to calculate the GPA. Back to main menu. So we choose number 4. So number 4 is to calculate the GPA. Enter number of subjects. We have 3 subjects, let's say, and please enter marks and credit hour for subject number 1. Name the subject. So number 1 is maths, and enter marks. The marks for maths is 56, let's say, and the credit hour is 3. And subject number 2 is
physics.
Enter marks is 78. Credit hour is 3. And the last one is programming. Enter marks is 91. Credit hour is 2. Okay. So in display, the grade point average is 4. Okay, and enter your choice back to we want to exit
Exit.
the program. So
Yeah.
that's all. Thank you.
You're most welcome.
Tutup.
Did you guys have a mineral water?
Okay.